So I've said in the videos a few times that I need to give this thing a haircut. So what I mean by that is the rear gates, the roof and the front headboard need to be cut down so that this thing is a little bit more manageable, because the cab's only 2.2 meters high. Everything else is probably 3.2 or 3.4 even. It's pretty tall, so I'd like to cut it somewhere around here to start with, just above the fire extinguisher and just below the window, and then put a headboard made out of tube or something like that to finish it off. But I'm just going to try and get the doors off today, and then tomorrow I can try and get the roof off and the back frame around the doors, and then later on I can tackle this front section because that's going to be the hardest. So as you can see, I've got some spanners in my hand. I'm going to try and undo the bolts on the corners here. So there's 3 bolts on each door, 4 bolts on each door, sorry. And then just the center section which clips in down there. So I'm going to open them, undo those bolts, or probably undo those bolts, open them and try and knock the bolts out and get the doors to come off. There's also a little latch at the top. So let's try and do that now. So that was pretty easy done. I probably should have done that a few days ago before I even drove the truck, but it's done now. So what I want to do is cut the roof. So cut through here, cut through those 2 parts there, and the side. So it shouldn't be too hard because they're not particularly thick. The ones that go across the top are, the ones that go this way are nothing. And that's only pine there. And then I'll cut the bottom of these 2 off and try and push it all off the back. So as always, my phone died when I was doing the time lapse yesterday. So we got the lid off. We ended up cutting through this side, which is what you just saw, and then I tied some ropes around it and Luke pulled it that way, and I belted that with a hammer and the whole thing fell off the back of the truck and fell down. And then this bit was on the back of the truck, and we just drove forwards. So it's off and it's out the way. So now I just need to cut this up a little bit so I can get it on the truck again. I need to clean up these because they are a bit tall and quite sharp. Same on the other side, you can see that one's a bit worse. And then I'm going to cut this down as well. So I'm hoping to get that done today, but we'll see how we go. So I'll start by cutting this thing up because then I can get the truck out, and then I'll try and cut that up, and then I can go scrap it all. So first off, I want to cut the uprights off, so when I use the doors again, if I do, I'm thinking about using them for this thing. So if I use the doors again, I need these hinges. So I'm going to cut the 2 poles off, then remove the clasps at the top, and then try and get the rest of this onto the truck, or cut it in half or something like that. So let's try and get that started now. So got the jack under it, got a old engine crane section, just lifting it off the ground so I can cut through these and they will fall rather than squishing me. So just going to cut through here. So I got the legs chopped off, and then I've loaded the roof onto the truck again. This took me about an hour by hand, just jacking up and down with the tailgate lifter and the actual jack, and then using a ratchet strap to pull it along. Finally got it on there. So now I need to tackle this bit, which I'm not looking forward to, and then I can take the whole lot to scrap and we'll be pretty much done for now. So just interrupting this video to tell you about my Patreon. So I've started up a Patreon account. It is El Heffe Shop, of course. It's in the description, and if you'd like to join, that'd be great. If not, that's also fine. So it'll get you access to a week's earlier content, and you can talk to me, and you can get a shout out and all that sort of stuff. So check it out. If you don't want to do it, that's cool. If you do want to do it, that'd be great. You're helping the channel. So if not, that's fine. The next thing is stickers. So Emily and I bought a sticker machine. You can't even see this at all. We bought a sticker machine, and we've been making El Heffe Shop stickers. So here's one of the smaller stickers on my computer. We can do a bit bigger if you'd like, but these ones are about 20 centimeters wide. So if you want one of those, inbox me on Instagram and I'll sort you out from there. They're $5 each. So if you buy a sticker, that'd be great. it'll go straight back into the channel and I'll be investing it into the projects and the shed. So if you could do that, that'd be awesome. If you don't want to, that's also fine. Alright, so I just cut the top half of the backing board of the headboard off. So now to cut out this framework, cut through the main poles, and then cut through that front bit, which is aluminium. So slowly getting there. I just ran out of grinder blades and the reciprocating saw just broke the last blade. So I'm gonna go to the shop and get some more stuff. Alright, so I didn't film it. We got the top off and then cut the back down. So I cut all the way through, or what I thought was the whole way through, and there was still a bit holding it on. So Tim and I wrapped a snatch strap around it and towed it with the Hilux and broke it off. So I still need to cut it down a little bit more. I was just doing this to see how the height was going and everything, but I'd like to cut it down a little bit more, and then I need to smooth off the top and cap it. So there's still a bit to do, but it's looking a whole lot better. And the rest of the yard looks a little bit better. I've picked up heaps of rubbish and heaps of stuff and put it all in the trailer, took that to scrap. And then the white box I've been working on as well, which you'll see in a second. So all of that's been stripped. Everything's kind of cleaned up a bit, just trying to make the whole place a little bit nicer. There's still all of this to deal with though, obviously, so getting there. Just one job at a time, I guess. Perfect. I don't know what you guys were worried about. So we just got this Crown forklift walkie stacker thing, and it was unknown condition, and it works perfectly fine. So we just put some batteries in it. We took all the old ones out and just put one car battery in it just to see if it worked. And I just lifted myself up to the roof and it works fine. And it moves back and forwards. So everything works as it should. What not to do on a forklift? That'll do. The battery sounds like it's going flat. Whee! Alright, so I'm just inside the white box I got a few months ago. And I've just started ripping out the bench tops and stuff. This thing was pretty much a workshop at one point. And it came with a bunch of old lights and new old stock lights and truck lights and handles and filters and all sorts of stuff. So I'll go through all this later and work out if there's anything good. A lot of it's brand new as spares. And then I'm slowly going to rip out all the bench tops, all the walls, everything, and make it into a little cubby for the wagon to sleep in. So let's do that now. Alright, it's been a bit over an hour. Cleaned up this corner, it had a whole bunch of wires and power points and circuit breakers and stuff. Got a bunch of the bench tops off. This one just came off of over there. Got this wall down and all the lights off of this wall. So I need to throw this out the door in a minute. And then the back is coming together, or coming apart. Got a few more screws under here, take all this out. And then I need to clear the benches off, and then do this side. So I'm slowly getting there. There's a large pile of junk outside. So all of this was in here at some point. And then this is welded to the floor. This bench here is welded to the floor. Pretty sure this one's welded to the floor as well, but it also holds up the aircon, so I'm gonna have to work out what to do there. I'd love to open those doors, but they've actually stacked stuff on the other side of them, so I can't open them up. So everything's got to go out the door for now, and if I can get it loose and it doesn't fit out the door, I'll just leave it in here until those doors are clear. So I'll keep working and I'll update you when it's been another hour or so. So it's been about another hour or so. Got all the drawers out, got all the stuff into these drawers over here. That's still the back, still sitting there. Got all this shelf all ripped apart, all this wall ripped apart. So these are actually welded in, so I'm not going to tackle that today. I've got all the insulation out, and there's a bunch of stuff underneath the insulation as well. A few bits and pieces laying around, and screws and stuff everywhere. So that's probably going to do it for now. I've got to get all this stuff out of here, obviously, but it's a bit hard when there's a huge pile of stuff. It's crazy how much was actually in here. So that'll go a long way to helping with the weight issue, because this box is going to be quite heavy. But now that all that's gone, we should be a whole lot lighter. So I need to clean all this up, keep filling the trailer up. Trailers from other stuff, but pretty good progress for today.